Hiya, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we are doing a Disney Christmas project. This was originally just a little Baby Tigger project that I had put together, but then I decided it would be really fun to make it Christmassy, so that's what I did. So what I actually originally started out with was the Baby Tigger, which is going to be in this circle. I basically got a square from here, the insert shapes you can pick here, so just pick the square, and then I picked a circle and I sized it to the size I wanted, and then I used the slice tool. So basically to do that, all you do is you click on the square, you click on the circle, and you click then on slice. It will only work if there are two things. So for example, when I did the slice here on the card, it had a score line. I needed to remove the score line in order for the slice to work, so you need to make sure of that. But otherwise it's a really, there's loads of things you can do with the slice tool, and we're definitely going to be using that some more. So what I'm going to do is put some acetate in here. So this is going to be the front, it's going to sit here on the card. I'm going to put some acetate in. I've got some snowfall acetate, and then that's going to stick on the front, and then I flipped these images so that when they will then be able to stick on the back of that acetate and where our image is cut and stuck on the front, so that one, it looks nicer, and two, it just makes it more fun on the inside as well. So when they open up, they've got a little Tigger on the inside. Also, like where the holly is, I'll do the same there. I've reversed it so that that would again not just show glue but actually show something nice on the inside. I've put Yippee because he's jumping up in the air, and then on the inside it's going to say it's Christmas, so that's going to be fun, and it will be on the reverse here so it'll be kind of on the inside but on the opposite side of the card to where you would normally expect to write and put your sentiment, because obviously we don't want anything there, because on that part, unless you deliberately want it to show through the acetate, which I don't, because I want my Tigger and all of this to be my design. So I thought, well, it would be fun to put the It's Christmas. It covers up the back of the label from the front. It follows through with the Yippee and puts our It's Christmas sentiment on the front, on the inside, so it follows the sentiment through onto the inside. And then the last thing I could probably do is just put like a little bit of something on the back of the card, so that whoever's going to write the card has somewhere to write, and they sort of realise that they should write on the back rather than on the inside where it would show through the acetate. And this piece here again is just so that when I put the acetate in, it covers up all the workings really, so that's just there. And so that is all our pieces ready to go, so we're going to cut those out and put the card together. Okay, so as you can see, here are all our pieces cut out, and I've also got my acetate here as well. Now I'm just going to cut that into a little square by using my trimmer, but here are all my individual pieces. So here is, for example, if I can pick him up, because this is our two little Tiggers. This is like the base of them, but as you can see, what the plan is that they'll flip like this, so that will be on the front of the card, and then that'll be on the inside of the card. And you can see by mirror imaging the cuts on the screen, we have been able to get them so that when we put them together they will match on each side of our acetate. So we've got here our holly, two layers. These white bits are just to give like a little bit of white coming through our holly berries here. I've got the nose and the mouth of our little Tigger here, and he has got I cut that in white, and I just used a Copic marker to colour that in. It was just easier than trying to I couldn't find quite the right colour, because I wanted it to tone in with my red, which that does. This is R20 that I used. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put all these bits together. So you've got my little Tigger layers here, and I've got my hollies to put together as well. So just put those layers together, and then I will come back to you in a bit and we will put our card together. Okay, so here they are all put together. So we've got our hollies, and as you can see I just coloured those in with a red marker, and actually I think that works really well. And then we've got the cutest little Tiggers, aren't they adorable? Bouncing away. So we've got those, and obviously our little tags were already done. Then I have scored and folded the card, and I have cut the acetate ready. So as you can see, that's the snowfall acetate from Hunky Dory, which is great because it just makes it look really Christmassy. So let's pop these back out the way and let's construct the card. So the first thing I want to do is put the acetate in place, and then we can cover the workings of the acetate with one of our little frames here. So let's just open this up. So this card works out at just under 6 inches, so it's about 5 3/4 square, because otherwise it wouldn't cut on the Cricut, because although it's a 12-inch mat, unless you've got the bigger mat or a bigger piece of card, which was mainly my problem, I had a bigger mat, just not a bigger piece of card. So unless you've got that, then you're gonna have to just go down slightly. Now with this, what I'm hoping to do, as I'm going to try and do on the other card, which I don't know what order these are going up, but there was another card that I've just done on the Explore, and I'm going to try on both of these to do as I've done with all the other Cricut cards, and that is put actual design up so that you can download it. Now obviously that you can't cut it unless you own the actual cuts, so what will happen is you can download it, you'll see it, it'll be all worked out for you, which is obviously the point, is that it saves you doing all the workings out. But what you would then have to do is, if you didn't own any of the images, it would then say, when you press go, it would say purchase, and it would tell you how much it would be for the cuts that you need. And because now Cricut, say for this one, at the time that I bought this image, I had to buy the whole cartridge. Now you can just buy the single images, so that's going to be a lot better as well. Okay, now I'm going to just pop the inside frame on. So we're going to just put some adhesive on here. Whoops, not on there. See, that's a lesson. Don't glue things over the top of your card. Okay, and then just pop that down. So there's our frame. So then that just covers the workings of our acetate. Now also don't forget, when we put Tigger here, we would see the back of Tigger, although actually because it's black it's not too bad, but what we're going to do is put the other Tigger on the inside. So when they open the card, you've got the Tigger on the inside, and also the same with the holly and everything. So we're going to just make sure that all of that fits together properly. So the next step is popping our frame on here in position, and what you can see just about, I think, is there's like a small rim of red around the edge of the cream here, and then there's a small rim of red in the circle as well. I don't know, there we go, hopefully you can see that now. And details of all the card used, etc., I will put all of that information on the corresponding blog post for you. Okay, so now what we want to do is start construction. So we want this little Tigger, he's going to go here somewhere, and then we want some holly, Now the holly goes in different directions very slightly, so I'm just gonna make sure that I do keep the opposites, because you've got like a small leaf there and a bigger leaf there, so we need to make sure. So that is going to be, if we turn it over, that is the opposite for that one, so I'm going to keep that like that so that I don't accidentally use it, and I think that's important. You don't want to do that. Just want it to kind of flow around like that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So now let's just start gluing. Just hold that down. There we go. And then Tigger. Now with this Cosmic Shimmer, if you wanted to, you might find it easier when you're doing onto the acetate just to let the glue go off a little, because at the moment it's a little bit slippy, so you might find you feel a bit more comfortable just letting it dry so the glue doesn't then move the piece around a bit because it's still slippy. But I'm just kind of used to it, so I don't worry too much now. I want to hold those two pieces because I kind of liked where they were, and then I want to stick this piece down. Okay, so this one says Yippee. There we go. Whoops. Okay, so now we're going to just pop that over. So you can see at the moment where the glue hasn't dried, it's still very visible. But I mean, these pieces are not too bad really. But I just think it's going to look really cute. You're not going to expect to see that when you open it up, and I think that's what's nice and fun about it. And what you want to make sure is that you line it up really good, because you don't want to see the other Tigger. And the best way to do that is to hold it up to the light so that you can see straight through, and that way you can be, you know, something white behind it, you can be absolutely sure that you are lined up nice and absolutely correctly. So now we're going to do these other pieces. Okay, so that's that side done, and then that's that side, and then all I want to do is put one of the cream circles on the back so that we have somewhere for the person who's going to be sending the card to write. Okay, so here's the cream circle that was cut from there, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on the back, that down, and you could put an additional sentiment there if you wanted to. You could add a Merry Christmas, but that just gives them somewhere to write. Now obviously if you had a white card or whatever, then you wouldn't need to do that. But that is our card finished, and I just think this looks really cute. You could add some glitter if you wanted to, but I just think he's so adorable. And of course he doesn't even have to be Christmas. You could do this style, change the holly for flowers, and you've got a birthday card. So I hope you've enjoyed making this card with me. I hope you love our little Tigger. I think he's adorable. I hope you do too. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.